After the analytic synthetic distinction, a priori, a posteriori distinction, we have the necessary and contingent distinction. This distinction is notably metaphysical, and it's actually fairly simple. That if something is necessarily true, it just could have not been false, right? If something is contingently true, it could have been false. There's this misunderstanding that contingent means like depends on, right? If you think that all contingent truths have an explanation, you're going to accept something called the PSR, the principle of sufficient reason. But very simply, all contingent means in philosophy is that it could have been false. Okay. Now, there's also different modal types. There's different. That is to say, there are different senses of could. The most broad sense is going to be the logical sense, in which it's necessarily true that A is A. It just can't be false that A can also be not A at the same time in the same way. Okay, but you get into like physical necessity, and that has to do with certain nomological laws like natural laws, right? So given a certain natural law, let's just say gravity, for instance, this necessarily will happen. So, but broadly speaking, it just means necessary truths just are the sorts of truths that could have not been false, and contingent truths are truths that could have been false.